Basically, this morning, I get a text message from some of the local organizers that another shooting has taken place. We dig into it. We find a Facebook video from the incident from Glam Donuts across the street from where this person was shot. A bystander video shows several agents wrestled with a man on a city sidewalk in southern Minneapolis moments before the shooting. And Police Chief Brian O'Hara has issued a plea for calm as protesters gathered at the scene. Please do not destroy our city. He also actually told the federal agents to follow the laws. But basically what took place is, and I'm going to show you the video, but it's a really gruesome image. The victim, as far as we know, there's not a lot of details on it, but the victim, as far as we know, is a 37-year-old American citizen. The Department of Homeland Security's claim is that this person was actually trying to violently attack them or something. And it's not the case. And this is the first video that came out this morning. He was a lawful gun owner. He wasn't doing anything wrong in the situation as far as we can see. And he was also a 37-year-old. We'll start here at the incident.
Watch, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ICE agents that are surrounding this this suspect, this victim. He's surrounded by 8 agents here, and there are people filming the incident from across the street. There's a lady here also that is filming the incident directly, according to an eyewitness that told The Intercept that the victim of this morning's fatal shooting by federal agents in Minneapolis appeared to be one of the several legal observers who mobilized this morning outside of a donut shop. The witness said he hid in a doorway with others, fearing being shot as well. Is it weird to think you're in the same city as this guy shot? No, it's also like right down the street. Like, I'm not super far away from this incident. This is the difference between like being far away in Los Angeles when covering the news and then being like directly where the where the things are happening, right? You have a very different experience with it. And obviously I can never understand what it's like for like regular Minneapolis people to exist under this like insane military occupation from the federal government. Like when you're here, you're like, okay, like what if you went out there? You know what I mean? And you were just getting donuts. Like you could have just as easily, like you start thinking, okay, well, anywhere where there are ICE agents is a threat. It's very different when you can visualize it, when you can see it directly happening. In any case, what ends up taking place here is as they are pummeling him to the ground, and you will see in a second in this video, they basically take him down to the ground, and they've surrounded him. There's at least like, as far as I can see, like 5 agents that have their hands on him. They're apprehending him in the most violent way possible. And then you will hear gunshots being fired. As soon as the commotion advances here, there's another ICE agent as well. The one with the gray jacket is the one to pay attention to here. So they start pistol whipping the victim. One of the ICE agents starts pistol whipping the victim. This ICE agent back there draws his service weapon. Okay, and the one with the gray jacket, as you can tell from over here, actually pulls out a gun. Now, it seems like the one with the gray jacket, it looks as though he's pulling out the victim's weapon, potentially. But then the first shot gets fired, and then I won't show you the rest of this here.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Multiple shots are fired, and then another ICE agent backs away right here. And you can see him. This is right after he's fired a shot, numerous shots, as a matter of fact. But if you watch this 39-second video in its full, in its entirety, you very quickly realize that this is just a straight up ISIS style, IDF style execution. It's completely unacceptable, and yet it's yet another day where ICE is behaving in this way. Okay, because he does not stop shooting. And you can, I'm going to show you another still frame here because there's not a lot of gore or blood in it at all. But the victim at that point is definitely dead. He's laying lifeless on the ground. And that guy who backed away continues shooting at least 3 or 4 bullets into his lifeless body at that point.
Oh my, did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
Not again. Are you fucking kidding me? That guy's dead.
So that's the 39-second video that went viral all over the internet shortly after it happened. And then immediately, I would say like approximately 30 minutes after the video started spreading, the Department of Homeland Security came out and fed this information to their favorite Fox News correspondent, Bill Malugin, saying, Breaking news. DHS tells Fox News the suspect was armed with a gun, which has been recovered by federal agents. Now, very quickly, this was going to be the meta. One of the things that they also said, according to on-the-ground reporting, before we get to the second angle, guys, right as the incident was taking place, they very quickly secured the perimeter. And by that, I mean they just took into detention every single person that was there, that was a witness that was filming. The Tribune reported on this. They said that ISIS transported several witnesses into detention, and they also refused local law enforcement from surrounding the scene as well, from what I understand. ICE attempted to order local police from the scene, but the police chief O'Hara refused. Sources said O'Hara instructed his officers to preserve the scene. It's very clear that just like with Jonathan Ross, the first thing that these guys do after another, unlawful state-sponsored execution is to basically cover their own tracks. Like they immediately are like, all the witnesses, we're picking them up, we're packing them up, we're shipping them off into a fucking facility. We're gonna see what they have. We're gonna try to threaten them. God knows what, with God knows what, to claim that they also are like a part of this process. As I was mentioning, this is taking place in an American city once again. An American city that has a history of like labor organizing, labor militancy, an American city that actually just had more than 50,000 people take to the streets yesterday and do a one-day general strike with labor unions that were involved, even though, from what I understand, some might have even been a little reluctant initially to do a work stoppage at all. But the reason why they did it, the reason why they all did it, is because the people are very frustrated. Everyone is sick and fucking tired of this bullshit. And I do think that it was odd that there wasn't a lot of mainstream media coverage on this, but you guys saw I was there. It was an incredible moment of solidarity. Here is how many people, like briefly, you can make sense of like how vast, how large, how widely participated yesterday's actions were. The reason why I'm starting here with this story is because instead of seeing people from all different walks of life, instead of seeing people from all different backgrounds, from all different places of business, different industries, Minneapolis, people of Minneapolis, people of Minnesota that are frustrated with what this government is doing, what the federal government is doing. Instead of looking at that and then responding with a de-escalation, it's very clear that ICE was on high alert and decided to behave in the exact same ways that they are, maybe even more violent than before. Here it is. Just so you understand how giant these crowds were. And you also have to remember, this was taking place in minus 20 degrees with wind chills. This was, this is the type of temperature, as you saw from my own personal reporting on the ground. This was the type of temperature where if you're outside, it was like literally 30 degrees warmer in the Arctic Circle, right? This is the type of temperature where if you're outside and you don't have like proper gear, or even if you do have proper gear, you can still get frostbite on your fingertips. Like I almost literally lost fingers. So this is the other angle of the incident that took place, the assassination that took place. So like that came only a day after this massive demonstration took place in Minneapolis. Anyway, let's take a look at the video that's 3 minutes long. That is not a safe angle to show, by the way, but leading up to the actual incident, this is going to be safe for the most part. So, you see a couple ICE agents getting out of their cars here. It looks like this is the lady in the pink that we saw from the different angle. And here is, I believe the person that we're seeing on our screen is the guy in the hat is the victim. So he does not have, he has a phone camera in his hand. He has a phone in his hand, and he is, the victim here, you can briefly see, is getting in is pulling away another legal observer. These three people right here are all legal observers. As you can see, he has a bottle of water in their hands. The ICE agent right here pushes this woman, who also is a legal observer with a bottle of water in her hands, to the ground. And then the guy that they end up shooting is trying to pull away, like is trying to stop the ICE agent as he like tries to stop the ICE agent as the ICE agent shoves this woman into the ground, into the ice. In the process, the ICE agent clearly tear gases or pepper sprays the victim. Okay. The victim has his hand up. He has his phone camera in his hand. The ICE agent continues to tear gas him directly into his face, pushes him away, starts tear gassing all of the other legal observers in the area. So the ICE agent, before the other ICE agents come around, the ICE agent starts violently pepper spraying everyone. At this point, the legal observer is trying to do his very best to pull the other legal observer away from the tear gas, to pull them up. And as you can see here, this is I'm about to go full cam here and not show you the rest of it, because from this point on, they're entirely focused on him. And you can see in the commotion, they're surrounding him. Now, at no point does he actually pull out a gun, at least from this angle, and you can't really see it from the other angle, but at no point does he actually present himself as a significant threat. This victim, every step of the way, in the first 51 seconds that we can see, is actually trying to de-escalate, is actually trying to stop the ICE agents from tear gassing these other legal observers. Okay, the gun was confiscated by another agent prior to the shots being fired. Yeah, no, I think that's what ends up happening. I think he's a lawful, legal gun owner. Here's some more scenes before the shots are fired here. It's not very easy to make out. Okay, so up until this moment, up until minute 1, there isn't anything that takes place here, but I suspect this is right when the shot is going to get fired. Minute 1 in the video. I'm going to go full screen here. You can start seeing like some of the cops surrounding him, reaching for their service weapons, for the record, or not cops, sorry. One of the ICE pigs right here is pulling out his service weapon. There's a bunch of others that are also pulling out their service weapons, but there's approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total ICE agents surrounding him, while the legal observers are trying to get out of the way as the victim is on the ground. He's not only surrounded, but they're violently and physically trying to apprehend him in a pile. And then the first shot is fired, and the commotion takes an entirely different life of its own from that point on. And you can see in the videos, I mean, this is a direct, from this angle, it's even more heinous. You can see it's a direct shot. Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ. First shot, and then the second and third shot, and you can see him, like, his lifeless body flinging into the ground, where they just pull back, but almost making, like, contact with the barrel of the gun on this person's head and shoot them in a straight-up execution. And as his lifeless body hits the ground, they continue shooting. And then, last but not least, as all of the ICE agents around this victim have dispersed and pulled away from the lifeless body of the victim on the ground, as you can hear, that one last ICE agent gets off 4 additional shots. And he continues. No, actually, that was 3. And then shot 4 and 5 is fired as he backs away. They literally back away from him. Like, they take 3 or 4 steps away from him and just open fire. This is irredeemable. This is indefensible. This is cold-blooded, state-sanctioned murder. No interest or investment in de-escalation. They immediately surround the perimeter, and they start screaming obscenities and screaming commands at all of the horrified onlookers. I believe it was 10 or 11 gunshots in total that they struck him with. 2 people familiar with the incident told the Minnesota Star Tribune that the man was Alex Jeffrey Preddy. He was 37 years old. The 2 people spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to disclose details of the incident. So we now have the name of the victim, Alex Jeffrey Preddy, and his age. He was a 37-year-old American citizen. We still don't have as much evidence beyond what the Department of Homeland Security has released about whether or not this was his gun that was taken off of him. What we can kind of see from all the different angles of the footage that's out there is that the gun that they're claiming was his gun, the victim's gun, can be seen in this moment. Gremlo was able to zoom in and show it and identify it right here, you'll see this is the ICE agent that pulls out, that reaches over the victim's body and seemingly pulls something out. Now, we don't know if it's his own personal gun. We don't know if this is the victim's gun. None of the videos right now give us a clear picture of what took place in the commotion, aside from the fact that it was definitely a state-sanctioned, unlawful murder of yet another American citizen that was piled on when he was, as a legal observer, trying to de-escalate and trying to protect his neighbors. That is the only thing that we can see.